Let's get things started with your national days of the week, starting with tomorrow, Damani, Minyana, if you will. November the 10th is National Vanilla Cupcake Day. Now, you know, Chickbrew refers to cupcakes as portable handheld cakes, and she's not wrong. That's exactly what they are. I would ask you what your favorite cupcake is, but it doesn't matter because Monday, November the 10th, is National Vanilla Cupcake Day. And I personally can't think of a more boring cupcake than vanilla. If you gave me a cornbread muffin, I would enjoy that more than a cupcake made of vanilla. And vanilla is a flavor, I get it, but it is the blandest flavor that you could imagine. Hence the term, that's so vanilla. That's a term, right? I didn't just make that up. If I did just make it up, I'm going to use it from now on. That's so vanilla. As a way of saying that has no flavor. That is plain. That is bland. If you wanted me to believe that vanilla was a flavor, because I've seen vanilla in the wild, and you got to crumble it and you got to crash it. I'm going to hit the refresh over there. You got to crumble it and you got to crash it, and it's brown. But all the vanilla products that we ever have are all pasty white. Pasty white does not denote flavor at all. Make it purple. Make vanilla purple, and people will like it more. And then they're like, "Wow, that vanilla's got a lot of flavor to it," because there's color. Think about that when you're holding your handheld portable cake made of vanilla, probably covered with a vanilla frosting, vanilla on vanilla. That's like a hate crime. Think about that on Monday, November the 10th, National Vanilla Cupcake Day. Now, vanilla is a sexual reference. Okay. And Robert just goes with yummy. He likes the vanillas. Oh, vanilla with chocolate on top. Now that's a sexual reference. Moving on. Yeah, we're on a dessert theme. Why don't we keep that up? But it argues with itself. I don't know if I can do anything with that one. All right. That makes no sense at all. Tuesday, November the 11th, is Veterans Day. I had other things to choose from, but I figured I'd talk about Veterans Day because it always, there's a lot of, here's the thing. Veterans Day, originally known as Armistice Day, celebrated the end of World War I, the war to end all wars. Wrong. So wrong. But when they signed the armistice to end World War I, they did it many hours in advance of when they actually stopped killing each other. Why? Because someone thought it would be cool. Somebody thought that it would be cool to end somebody who's not in the job of killing people thought it would be cool if the people who are out there to kill people could just stop at 11 o'clock. And they thought it was so cool because if they just stopped at 11 o'clock, well, it would be the 11th day of the 11th month. If they would have done us all a favor, they could have went back in time and stopped it on the 11th year. If they could have gone to 1911, November the 11th at 11 o'clock, we could have saved a whole bunch of lives. But no, the people in charge thought it was a good thing to end the killing hours later. They signed the paper, said we're going to stop killing each other. But you could do it for a few more hours. Until it's 11 o'clock, until it looks cool, until it's 11, 11, 11, until it's that, keep killing each other. Have fun, boys. Have fun killing until it's 11 o'clock, and then you have to stop because here's what I know. If you're watching this, you'll never forget that They signed the armistice to end World War I at 11 o'clock on November the 11th. You'll never forget that because you'll be thinking about this. And that is one way to remember Veterans Day. They changed it after the war to end all wars wasn't. And then they had another world war. And with the Second World War, they're like, we really can't use that one anymore unless, maybe at noon on December the 12th of the 12th month, on the 12th hour of the 12th day of the 12th month. Ugh, you peoples. No, they ended World War II, not even in the same day, at different times. And then when they finished with World War II, they went back and looked at the calendar and was like, that Armistice Day, that didn't work out so well. What if we just use it to remind ourselves of all the veterans? And remember, it's Veterans Day, not Memorial Day or Armed Forces Day. Armed Forces Day is for those who are on active duty. Veterans Day is for those who served and survived. And Memorial Day is for those who served and didn't survive. There is a distinction betwixt. Think about all of that while you're getting your free hot dog at Sheetz on November 11th, Veterans Day. And I just saw something I need to take care of real quick. I took care of it. I just didn't bring it over. And then I will go back to your comments. I hate that I have to reset this like every time. There we go. Anyway, communication at the time, though, there was more of a delay than TikTok and Facebook. That's funny. I meant that for the 12th. Lack of sleep for me is crazy. Crazy. Oh, that's how it goes. Right? All right. I think I've done this one before because it makes me so bloody angry. So bloody angry. We'll do it again. After I parch. The fine people at Spindrift have not sponsored the show yet. Still working on it. That's their wonderful blood orange tangerine. Blood oranges are not tangerines. Oh, I see. They amalgamated. Anyway. Wednesday, November the 12th, is National Pizza with the Works Except Anchovies Day. My problem with this hasn't changed. I've read this before. We've celebrated November the 12th together before. I can tell you, if it's pizza with the works, you can't say without. The works means everything. And first of all, nobody's making anchovy pizza anymore. In America, you can't get fish on your pizza. In America, there's enough people losing their mind over some fruit on your pizza, okay? Let me tell you, you put whatever you want on your pizza. If it makes you happy, a pizza is just bread. That's all it is. It's just dough. It's a conduit for getting other ingredients into your eat hole. That's all it is. You don't have to put sauce on it, but you can have a pizza dough, and you can put whatever you want on that pizza dough. You ever have a breakfast pizza with the works? Ugh. Just thought about that. I probably wouldn't like that. And again, it isn't about me or you or us. It's an individual thing. Excuse me, that's quite bubbly. But if you're going to say it's National Pizza with the Works Day, the works means everything. Everything that restaurant shop has to offer. God, I don't know when's the last time you bought a pizza in America, but I can't imagine what a pizza with the works, even without anchovies, which they don't have anymore, I can't imagine what that would cost. That would be pricey. Because, I mean, like, every ingredient's like $1. And you can't get a pie anymore unless it's like $15. And they probably got 30 ingredients. So that's a $45 pie to get a pizza with the works. I think, I'm going to say this out loud, so I put this into the universe. This is the last time I'm ever going to do National Pizza with the Works Day. It just gets me so daggone angry. I can't wait to talk to our resident chef about pizza ingredients for the common folk. Things starving people would eat on pizza dough to sustain their life. We'll be doing that later today when we film a new episode of the Lens B Show, which you want to check for. But anyway, the pizza thing, National Pizza with the Works Day, that's Wednesday, November the 12th, which is another significant day that I'll remind you about in the second segment of the 3-segment show. Cool? Checking the comments, and then on to Thursday. Dirt. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but it made me laugh just the same. My favorite people. I love seeing you on Sunday mornings. Oof, I don't know what that even means. Sure. We haven't done any community service stuff. We'll do this. Thursday, November 13th. It's National Seatbelt Day. Big fan. That's great. Stop distracting me. I will check your comments afterwards. From the top, Thursday, November 13th. It's National Seatbelt Day. I am a big fan of the seat belt. Big fan. If you are not wearing your seatbelt and you get into an accident, bad things can happen. And my friend Roger there, he can attest to that, because many, many years ago, we had to respond to an accident where the young man was not wearing his seatbelt, and it was not good for him. Ejected from the vehicle at the precipice of a ravine, he died in a bad way, because he was awoken by the car accident only to find himself outside of the vehicle and in the air and then crashing to the ground. And I really felt bad for the kid. He was a good kid. He's a football player in the LaSalle Football League back in the day. Yeah, I'm a big fan of wearing your seatbelt. I'm such a fan of wearing seatbelts that for years I told all my people, if you ever catch me without a seatbelt on, I'll give you $100 cash. That was the incentive I gave them to catch me. And I challenged them at the same time to put that out to people. If you're going to enforce seatbelt laws, you should be wearing your seatbelt. Yeah? Oh, you'll get all these guys like, I can't wear my seatbelt because if I get trapped, I'm going to die in a fire. You're going to die because you're 400 pounds. You can't get out of the car. That's a real possibility. Or you're going to die in the car accident. Well, I got airbags. Airbags are going to protect me. Nope. Airbags are a supplemental system that only work in conjunction with a seatbelt. And for you back seat passengers, can I remind you that not only not wearing your seatbelt back there is bad for you, but then you become what's known as a missile hazard to the people in the front of the vehicle who are doing the right thing. They're sitting there, they're wearing their seatbelt, they're looking all sharp, they're being safe, an accident happens, and then you kill them with the force of your body moving forward at an accelerated rate. Wear your seatbelt and have your passengers wear your seatbelt. I loved raising my children and letting them know the car doesn't move until everybody has their seatbelt on. And it doesn't just apply to humans, okay? If you're taking your ferrets on a road trip, strap them in. Or if you're taking your Rhodesian Ridgeback to the park, strap him in. That's right. He wears a seatbelt too, because he weighs more than my wife. And if an accident were to happen, he's going to kill me too. So wear your seatbelt, encourage other people to wear their seatbelt, and hopefully this message resonates with someone and you don't die or kill someone because you are a missile hazard. And think about that on Thursday, November 13th, National Seatbelt Day. To the comments. All right. It was a very rocky ravine, yeah. Unless you're with a Kennedy, then you're going to the bottom. Cheeky. Very cheeky, Mr. Taney. Yes, that's... never... What was the guy that murdered his wife? Had the same name as the guy who murdered his wives, plural. There was the cop that was somewhere in the Michigan area. and he had a name. And then there was another guy who murdered his pregnant wife out in San Diego. They have the same name. And the joke I had for years, when I could remember their name, was never marry a man with that name. Also, never get in a car with a Kennedy. Ever. Oh, I've never done that one before. And I don't even know what the heck that is. So let's go with this one. A Friday, November 14th. It's National Cheating Raisin Bran Cereal Day. And I'm going to tell you, I don't eat a lot of cereal. I can. I know how, and I enjoy it when I do, but I don't eat. I love grape nuts. That was my go-to. I love grape nuts. When I had young people teeth, when I had the teeth of a younger person, eating grape nuts was fun and tasty and delicious, and it was wonderful. But as I got older, I realized grape nuts were no longer good for my teethuses. Now, Raisin Bran, you get the wonderful bran flake, so you're going to get all of the fiber that you would get out of grape nuts. But you get soft, cushiony grapes that are wrinkled. Yes, raisins in your bran. And the people who came up with the name Raisin Bran, genius, absolute genius. I'm quickly trying to think of some of these stupid cereal names that are out there. Lucky Charms. Yeah, imagine, if you will, and next time you go down the cereal aisle, all I want you to do is not think about what's in the box. Just think about what's on the box. What does the box say? In retrospect, as I think about this out loud, grape nuts. There are neither grape or nuts. It's just gravel. It's just seasoned gravel. Just look at a cereal box the next time you're in the food aisle and try to see what were they thinking. Sugar Smacks, okay, that one makes sense. Loop Fruity Pebbles, that kind of makes sense. I just look at Boo Berry, Frankenstein or Steen or however you pronounce that. Look at the cereal aisle and think about that. But get you some Raisin Bran. Get yourself regular. Ooh, and Raisin Bran comes with, strawberries now. Dehydrated strawberries. Or is that Special K? Special K. What does that mean? Oh, potassium. Anyway, think about that on Friday, November 14th. National Raisin Bran Cereal Day. To the comments, tricks like kids for what Kits has got. Yule Gibbons loves grape nuts in the woods. I need to know who Yule Gibbons is. Robert Robert just decides to make a comment. It's called Robert. Okay, sure. And again, in the comment section, that's all you. You guys have fun over there. I'll check them in between. But I try not to get distracted by them when I'm doing the thing. La, da, 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 da. Oh. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I don't know which one should go. I'm going to go with this. I thought I was going to go with this, then here we go. Saturday, November 15th, is National Pickle Day. How about that? A day for pickles. Now, pickles comes in all shapes, sizes, and colors, and what I like about them most is that they're real good look. If you got yourself a pickle, a favorite pickle, I'm curious as to what it may be. I can tell you, for me, I love all pickles. I like the teeny little gherkins. Those are always fun. And give me a giant kosher dill. I like them too, but I have to eat them sideways apparently. A giant kosher dill, a gherkin, a bread and butter. I like them. I like it when the pickle company takes the time to slice them for you, so that when you want a pickle on your sandwich, you just get the slice and you just put it there. But the problem is, the only people that make the sliced pickles for your sandwiches, they're all the sweet pickles. And sometimes I don't want a sweet pickle on my sandwich. I want a tangy, a spicy, a pickle. Now, here's another part about Saturday, November 15th, National Pickle Day. If you happen to know someone whose name is Pickle, and many of you do, we know the same guy, find a way to celebrate him on Saturday, November 15th, right? You got your pickles, National Pickle Day. Go out, buy some pickles, and if you know Pickle, bring him a jar of pickles on National Pickle Day, Saturday, November 15th. Moving on to the comments. I'll give you a nickel on a pickle day. No, I was saying the name of the guy you never marry. No, it wasn't. That's funny. You got to remember, when you make your comments, I have to know the context of what you're speaking, because they're delayed, and I've already moved on, so I don't know. But now that you've explained it, it's very funny. Clausen, says Miss Jessica. They make a good pickle, but I mean, yeah, classic. No, love it. Was a spokesman for grape nuts. I did not know Yul Gibson was the spokesman for grape nuts. I thought that was... it would have been funny if I could have remembered his name instantly. The diabetes guy. I thought that would have been funny. All right. Sweet gherkins. You should use that as an expletive. Like, instead of using profanity, the next time you want to say a profane word, just say sweet gherkins. I'm going to do that. I'm going to start incorporating that into my language. Well, you son of a sweet gherkin. That'll throw him off. I would be mad at you, but I'm not sure if you insulted me or not. Finally, I'm going to pick it first. I hate AI. I hate AI. So, to explain why I hate AI, I don't know. Spicy Hermit Cookie Day. Give me 2 seconds to research something that I know nothing about so that I can go off on it. Yes, I did this. Okay. Hermit, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Never heard of them before. I don't know why they would call it that. I hate recipes. I hate going to a recipe page because it's just people like, let me tell you my life story. I was abandoned as a child, left to fend for myself in the woods. Raised by wolves, I learned how to make this delicious thing. I hate recipe people because they just give me the recipe and I'll figure out the rest. Sunday, November 16th. It's National Spicy Hermit Cookie Day. Now, I don't know what your thoughts are on a spicy hermit cookie. Me personally, I'm not a fan. Although I've never had a spicy cookie, I could probably be a fan. Is a ginger snap considered spicy? Because it's filled with tasty and delicious ginger and it's got a little snap to it. You would call it spice. But a spicy hermit? Hermit what? Crab? Is it a crab cookie? I've never heard of a spicy hermit cookie. Or a spicy hermit crab cookie, for that matter. I don't even know if I want someone to make me. First of all, don't. If you know anything about me, do not send me any homemade cookies or bring me homemade cookies. Homemade cookies are the perfect delivery conveyance for revenge. You could put anything in a homemade cookie, and people have. So I will not eat your homemade cookie. I will not eat them, Sam I am. If you told me that you made me some spicy hermit cookies so I could taste them, I would thank you, and I'll eat them later. I'm not going to eat them later. I'll be polite, but I'll give them away or throw them away. A lot of it has to do with our relationship. If I think I may have said something to offend you, I'm not eating the cookie, and I'm not giving the cookie away. But, if we're cool, and I probably trust you, still not eating the cookie. But I'll let someone else eat the cookie, and if they die, I got you, son. I got you. I got you. I know. Think about the perfect conveyance of revenge. National Spicy Hermit Cookie Day, Sunday, November 16th.